Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to the second episode of While We Walk podcast. And yeah, happy leap year. It's February 29th, 2024. And for those who are just tuning in and haven't listened to the first episode, basically what this podcast is I'm just basically walking around the park and just discussing my thoughts. Right now, primarily my thoughts are about trading related activities because I've decided to do trading as my lifelong goal of creating income through trading, and so that's what the majority of what I'll be talking about here. But so this morning I woke up relatively early, at around 6:30 ish. Did my habits for the day. So just for those who are not aware of the type of habits I do, I basically take an aptitude test. I do some typing practicing every day. I also do I'm working on a project for a coding project, and I study for some technical interview questions. And so I'm pretty much done all that, and I do that on a daily basis, no matter what, without fail. I even did my calisthenic workout. So I did some pull-ups, some push-ups, and some bodyweight squats. And I also traded for the day. And thankfully I was able to get a profit this morning. The market was extremely bullish this morning after the jobless reports came out. And the only, I guess, semi-regret I have is not initially going with my first instinct with the initial trade that I wanted to take. But I did end up taking the second trade, and I'm glad I got it. And I kind of reviewed the trade. And, initially I was hard on myself. But I also realized that when I got into the trade, it moved up really fast. So I don't really blame myself for taking that profit, only because there was a chance that it could be pulled back as well. So after doing further review on my trades, I don't think it was too bad. I'm also glad that I stopped trading for the day, because I know mentally I was, after winning, even though it was a winning trade, there was a lot of profit that I felt that I left on the table. And so I'm just got to be grateful for getting that profit. And yeah, and then I also finished before 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm actually walking. I'm actually walking a little bit earlier than I normally would. Right now it's actually colder than yesterday. It was raining yesterday, but today there's no rain, but there's a lot of wind, and it's a lot cooler. So I'm actually wearing a hoodie under my jacket here. And yeah, so in other news, I'm gonna do some shopping today, buy some stuff, and I'm not going to do anything after that. Pretty much after doing those errands, I'm just trying to think of ways to improve the YouTube channels. So just trying to figure out different ways. That's my hobby right now. Obviously I have one hobby that's not really a hobby. Now it's more of a lifelong decision to become a professional trader, a retail prop trader, and it's going to be a bumpy ride. I could just foresee it, but I actually reviewed my trades from the past, and I kind of still remember those trades as well. And I know my personality at this stage of the game, and I also know what I need to improve upon. So I'm not too concerned what needs to be done going forward. But yeah, just walking here, enjoying the fresh air. Got some vitamin D action from the sun. And that's pretty much it for now. Let's slow down my pace. I've been walking relatively quickly the past few days. I'm kind of deciding to kind of slow down this pace here, so I don't have to breathe deeply when I speak into this mic. I want to first off apologize for some of the audio issues that were happening. If this happens again, like in the first podcast I reviewed it, as I said I would, and I noticed that there's certain parts during the clip where the audio fades out. And my thinking here is that the toggle there. So there's what I'm using is a lapel mic. Like the mics that news anchors use that you clip onto your shirt close to your mouth. My thinking here is that the toggle, that the adapter that's connected to my phone, kind of gets loose at certain points. So what I'm thinking of doing is using like wearing a fanny pack so that the toggle won't go all over the place. Because I have my phone in my pocket, and I'm thinking like when I move around too much, the toggle kind of moves back and forth, and that's where the audio issues occur. And so, as a matter of fact, let me actually take out my phone right now. Ooh. Hello? Okay, so I just dropped my phone. That was a fun experience while I was taking out. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually hold on to my phone while I'm using this, because I don't want there to be any chance of a situation where there's a lapse in audio. This will ensure it. But then what I'm gonna do also is before I drop my phone, I was saying that I was gonna get a fanny pack and just put this in a fanny pack. That way, there's like less of a chance for me to kind of disrupt the toggle adapter that was beneath this phone. But hopefully, this recording it's not going to be messed up. But I do see, because this recorder actually shows you whether or not it's recording a voice. And I definitely see it. I'm picking up my voice, so that's a good sign. But let me close this out here. So what I'm doing right now is holding onto my phone instead of putting it in my pocket, so there's less chance that there's going to be any interruption. But as I'm passing by here, there's like a little puddle here on the right-hand side. And what else is there? Well, I'm getting a nice little sunshine action here. Yeah, so I'm going to hold on to this phone instead of putting it in my pocket, so there won't be any audio lapses. But yeah, I'm really looking to see how this trading thing pans out. I'm almost there in terms of passing my 5 of my evaluation accounts. I think I'm like, because you need 3,000 with the evaluation account that I'm trying to pass. You need to make at least 3,000 in order to get into a paid account. And I'm like, I think I'm like 900, 800 away, which isn't too far. And it's decided to up the amount of contracts with the other 5 accounts. So they're running this promotion where I may decide to, put in my, my referral link. I mean, we'll see. If there's like a lot of people in comments curious, about the link, I'll be more than happy to post the referral link. For now, I'm not, looking for any referrals, but if you guys want, I could post it in every video that I post going forward. But essentially, what it is they're running a 90% promotion, and I took advantage of that by buying 10 evaluation accounts. So I bought 5 one day, and the following day I bought 5. And I like to do it staggered, where the first 5 accounts I was doing like 10 contracts, which is the maximum amount of contracts you can trade per account for the type of evaluation account that I'm attempting to pass. And then I did like 4 contracts with the other 5 accounts that I purchased, and it looks promising passing that. If it, we'll see what happens, obviously, but so far it looks promising with the pace I'm going at. I've been a little bit, after I passed the 5 accounts, I was a little bit, and I passed those 5 initial accounts last year, but I was running into a little bit of a down streak turn, and I shifted my focus away from trading to just finishing my degree, because I still needed to finish my degree, and I wanted to make sure I get a 4.0, but I ended up getting a 3.9 GPA, which sucks, but I was going through a hard time. I mean, I lost my job during that time, and that was really, and I lost it during a semester when I was taking my master's, and it definitely affected me. And that's the one class. I had 2 classes that semester, and I got like a B plus and an A minus. And before that, I was on a 4.0 streak, but it's okay. I got a 3.9 GPA. I can't complain too much. But yeah, that's why I decided to stop trading. And I also stopped trading at the beginning of the year because I wanted to put my effort in finding a job in January. And I got hit with a harsh reality that there was a very low likelihood that I was ever going to get a job. I mean, there's people with multiple years I saw that are having trouble getting a job right now, of experience in tech. And just seeing that, I mean, it's discouraging, but I do have an artificial intelligence program that is applying jobs for me for my chosen field that I want. I'm not going to put any effort, any of my time doing it manually. I think that's a tremendous waste of time, because I really don't even expect to even get a job this year. And so I'm definitely just putting my full effort into YouTube and trading, prop trading here. And I'm actually quite excited, because if everything works out the way I wanted to, even though I know that you can't, things could happen. It would be excellent. It will be excellent. So yeah, but I'm also realizing now that I am, pretty much have in my mind that I'm not gonna be fully going hard in searching a job, because that's going to be too much, in my opinion, a waste of time. I'm finding myself having a lot of free time here, so I'm going to find different ways to utilize this time besides just trading. Just find different ways to, I guess, kill time, because there's only so much you could do. There's almost so much you could work. Just find ways to basically, create some income. And so there's this one job that I have. It's not really a job, but it's like a remote work type of thing. But it's like a tasking type of job. But I find it quite tedious. But I mean, they pay. Might as well just, if I'm truly bored and I really haven't figured out what to do besides everything else that's what I'm currently doing, I might consider just putting in some work there. But yeah. What else is there to say? I'm going to definitely review this video. Hopefully there won't be any audio issues going forward. But I know I bought a fanny pack the other day, so I'm going to definitely start using that and see if I could go 30 minutes straight without having to having to check my mic here. And yeah, check my time here. Got another 15 minutes or so. But yeah, so that's the, I guess it's a good issue to have. Not not knowing what to do with the rest of the time, because I did accomplish everything that I needed to accomplish for the day, which is the trading, which is the habits. It's definitely a good issue to have. I might just veg out on some YouTube video content to see things that I could do to improve my channel, because there's definitely things I could do to improve my channel. So you know, and also I may create so I recently stopped the subscription for Evernote because I didn't feel it was worth paying like a yearly fee for that specific program. So I was actually considering creating my own with the knowledge I have with coding. So maybe I might consider doing that. Yeah, creating my own little Evernote clone. And it's good to kind of use that to post as a project as well. So yeah, I might consider doing that. Just to fill in the time and maintain my coding skills. Let me see here. Let me just make sure that this is still recording here. Even though I'm holding onto the phone, the toggle looks a little bit messed up here. Okay, there we go. I think this should be fine now. But yeah, it's a beautiful day once again. And I'm going to, yeah, I might consider coding and creating that program. So I've been reading that trading book by Jared Tendler, and he makes a lot of great points in the book. Something that I'm already familiar with, but I also realized after reading the book, and especially in terms of trading, you can read as many books as you want. You can look at many trading videos as you want in terms of learning, but you have to actually trade in order to kind of understand your own psychology, because everyone's psychology is vastly different. And it's very important. And during the years, on and off, when I did trading, my psychology was different at different points in my life. And now that I'm actually recording every trade that I do, reviewing the trades, kind of envisioning how I felt when I was in those trades, it's going to help me hone the type of style that I personally need to do in order to become a consistently profitable trader. Now, you always hear, and this is pretty common, I notice this a lot. A lot of people say you need to risk more, like have like a 2-to-1, you need to risk 1 to gain 2 type of mentality. I realize that's easier said than done when it comes to a day trader. I think when it comes to day trading, if you want consistent results, in my opinion, obviously it depends. But I prefer to have more green days than red days, you know? And I want those green days to be like more often. But there's a cost to that. You got to keep that in mind. I'm most likely going to make less money than someone that would have a lower hit rate type of thing. So what I'm trying to do is, because psychologically I do not like to take losses. So to compensate for the lack, or the to compensate for the percentage hit rate, I mean my actual profit, what I'm doing is I'm going to just basically have almost like a reverse risk reward. So there's going to be a lot of times where I'm going to be risking 2 to gain 1, a lot. Obviously, there'll be some home runs. So it'll average out to, I think, around 1-to-1 risk reward, which is what everyone says not to do. They prefer. But what I realized is that if I'm in a really bad down streak, that could really screw me over, especially since I'm trading in the profit room. So it doesn't really work with the way people, like at least the videos that I'm watching, that you need to do. And so, obviously, ideally, you want to risk 1 to get 2, but it's not happening in this type of market, like at least the way I see it. Don't get me wrong, I want that profile, but it still remains to be seen. I think it's worth the trade-off of less profits in the long run for my mental sanity, because I prefer to have a high accuracy rate in terms of profit on a daily basis. So I know that there's a cost to that. But in terms of my psychological benefit, I think it's worth it, even though I'm not going to get as much money as I could potentially get. And that's something that you need to figure out on your own when you trade. Some people could weather crazy storms, like lose 75% of the days and win once, like win only 25% of the days and make more money than someone who's consistently profitable, like has for instance, like a 90% profitable day and 10% losing day. That 75% losing person with 25% winning days could have more. And so keep that in mind. But are you willing to kind of like weather that storm? That's the question. So that's something that whoever's trading has to figure out on their own, what type of psychology that they have. And I think that's a large part, and as a matter of fact, I know that's a large reason why the people who take longer than 3 years to become profitable have trouble doing, because they're trying to move from place to place, trade their strategy, change their strategies from time to time, and that's why I believe a lot of people are not profitable, because they're switching back and forth. I feel like these days I have to make it. I feel like I have to make it, Oh boy, it's not as cold as I thought it was going to be. I know when I checked the weather, it said it was extremely windy, but my ears are okay. I'm not wearing my earmuffs right now, so I'm kind of happy that it's not as cold as I thought it was going to be. I'm going to have to make a right here to get away from all these cars. If you hear in the background, I'm like on the edge of Casino Park, and there's a lot of cars passing by. And so I'm going to go to a more quiet area. I'm going to make a right here soon. I'm surprised my phone held up. When I dropped my phone, my heart kind of dropped for a second there. This phone is pretty resilient, but I got to be careful with this, because what I did was I normally have a cover on this phone, but I had to take it out because I have an adapter that doesn't go through the cover. So I have to take the cover off in order to use this adapter for the lapel mic. And so I'm just thankful it didn't crack or anything like that, but I got to be careful. I really got to be careful here. I can't risk breaking stuff right now. I'm in pretty much non-spending mode, if you know what I mean. I'm trying to lower the risk of spending any type of cash that I don't need to spend it on. So just thankful I didn't crack it here. So I'm gonna definitely uh, wear a fanny pack going forward here instead of putting this in my pocket. All right, so I'm at the end. I started kind of late in this recording in terms of the park. Normally I would start at the beginning of the park, but when I wanted to go to the restroom first, and I don't want you guys to hear me taking a leak, so I decided to start at the restroom first and go from there. So I'm already made the full circle, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a right here. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna make a right here, and then make another left, because I know that there's gonna be less cars there. Wait, let me see here. Let me see the time here. Actually, I might not need to do that because I only got 5 minutes left in this recording here. So I might not. I might just go towards my crib right now, away from the park. Yeah, that's what I'll do. There's no point in making a turn here, and there's less. Not a lot of people here anyway, so. Oh boy, getting a nice hit of sunshine here, and it's feeling nice right now. Feeling nice. I'm gonna slow down the pace once more, just a tad. There's no need to rush. I'm not going anywhere. Oh man. So I hope everyone that's listening is having a great end of the month here. I'm really looking forward to March. March is going to be the month. I have a good feeling. I think this year is going to be a great year, even though there was a little bit uncertainty to start off the year, and I got some bumps and bruises at the beginning of this year. I feel really good about the coming months. You know, I believe walking every day is going to be the best therapy that I could do for myself, for 100%, for sure. And talking to this mic on a daily basis is also going to be like a nice little. I'd call this a verbal journal here, like a journal that I could refer back to and realize where I've come, over the months. So I'm really happy that I am doing this here. I'm going to make a right here. See, there's less people around here, so I'm going to do that here. And then I'm going to make a left. Yeah, it's a lot more quiet. I'm glad I made that right there. The first left I'll make, and just keep going forward. All right, less than 2 minutes left here. I just checked my timer. Yeah, so look out for episode 3 tomorrow. Yes, it seems like it's going to be another, I guess, semi-sunny day. No rain, no precipitation. I only saw in the forecast that it was going to rain on Saturday, but we'll see. I may still walk. I need to walk for my mental health and my physical health, so I mean, it's only going to rain, from this point on, because it's getting warm here in New York. It's getting much warmer, and I'm truly looking forward to it because I'm kind of getting sick of this cold. But yeah, I'm just really happy that I made that right. It's much more quiet here, much more quiet. And I'm gonna make the next left after I finish this recording here. But yeah. Now the question is what to do with the rest of the day, because I've done everything that I needed to do. Yeah, I might file my taxes now, or I might just push that off till the weekend. We'll see. Still need to do my taxes. I got everything that I need to file my taxes, so we'll see whether or not. Most likely, I'm going to do it on the weekend because I'm just don't feel at all like doing it. Doing taxes is the worst, but I do it on my own through a program. So so I've been doing my own taxes for several years now using TurboTax. But okay, there's the alarm. Time is up. All right, I want to thank you so much for listening here, and stay tuned for the next episode. Peace.